Okay, let me talk about the things I like because there's very little, so let me get that out of the way. I do like seeing like other Earths, like such as that Earth 66 where that the actor for Robin, that was funny. And also I guessing seeing Titans there was neat, I guess. I mean, even though I hate that show. Oh yeah, seeing like other versions of characters like the 90s Barry Allen there. I mean, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Costumes really look good.
I'm not a big fan of the anti-monitor design. You know what he looks like in the comics?
No, no, but
Here,
I never liked his look. Yeah, when I saw, it, I was like, that looks kind of ugly.
here, let me show you what the anti-monitor looks like in the comics.
Oh, okay. So instead of the helmet, they just decided to make him like a worse version of Martian Manhunter.
He does look like Martian Man.
You know, why can't they just stick with this instead of wasting like a CGI budget on CGI? Speaking
Yeah,
of CGI, the CGI in the Crisis stuff is okay at best and bad at worst. Like there's some shots that look kind of coolish to me, but overall it just looks silly.
You know, one of the things I really don't like in this crossover?
Tell me.
Paragon. That was never in the comic. They made that up. And one of the Paragons they choose to fight this all-powerful, nearly omnipotent being is a girl with sticks and a woman in a bat suit and a guy with a screwdriver.
Which one's the guy with the screwdriver?
Ryan Choi.
Oh, that guy, the normal guy who I immediately forgot about after the crossover was over.
Which is not a good thing because he's the second Adam.
Oh, that's rubbing some salt into the wound. I want to get Elseworlds out of the way because that's
it was great.
Elseworlds was great. Oh, it was a blast to watch. It was fun.
And honestly, I'm not a big fan of Elseworlds because like the first part, all they did was like in the first part they just switched Barry and Oliver's lives. Like that's not that creative.
No, I know it may not be creative, but it was very entertaining to watch.
Just if you could, just for 90 seconds of seriousness. You gotta admit, this is a little cool. I will find it a lot cooler when I wake up in my own bed tomorrow morning. You woke up in bed with Iris? Mm-hmm. We have to fix this right now.
I still think the best crossover was the Earth X one.
Oh yeah, that's easily like the best one. Which is kind of sad when you think about it.
Yeah, definitely. I also don't like how they use the anti-monitor.
The anti-monitor, yeah, it was just, oh okay, he goes big, and then they defeat him.
I don't like how they defeat him. They just use what's basically a Pokeball.
You know, yeah, also, something that I noticed, like, Barry's a scientist, and, like, when they were making the Pokeball, Sarah only sent Barry there when they wanted to get it done fast enough. Why can't you just do that from the beginning?
I have no idea.
Let me get to the highlights, because I feel like ranting most of the time. Highlights, Lex Luthor is a treat to watch, which surprisingly, and I'm very happy about that.
Who would have thought that Alan Harper would have been a pretty good Lex Luthor?
Yeah, and apparently he played Lenny Luthor in Superman 4.
Huh.
So yeah, talk about a redemption arc. Yeah, he feels very Lex Luthor. And also this line that just gave me chills.
Never thought I'd say this, but I'm tired of killing Superman.
I also like that he's just so petty that he just, towards Superman, that he just goes across different universes just to kill him.
Yeah, that's so Luthor.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed that the CW got him right than Zack Snyder. Embarrassing.
This is something that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness kind of does. It feels more like they're doing cameos just to do cameos.
Yeah, it did. And the other cameo, well, I think it's like, what, the worst and best one? Kevin
I like
Conroy.
Kevin Conroy being there, but I don't like how they used him.
Yeah, same here. But I was like, oh, cool. Kevin Conroy is finally a live-action Batman, something that fans been wanting for years. Oh, okay, so they basically made him a Zack Snyder. Great.
Way to treat what's arguably the most iconic Batman.
Ever. Yeah, the Crisis on Infinite Earth is basically cameos. Oh yeah, and my favorite stuff in Crisis on Infinite Earth is technically like the Superman stuff.
How does CW get something right that Zack Snyder couldn't? Like,
it's so weird.
Like, this is one of the best Superman that we've gotten in a long time.
And it's not even in movie form.
It's on one of the most mocked channels in history.
Like, Superman Lost is sick. Yeah. So good. I love that show, man. It's my favorite Arrowverse show. Oh, yeah. Let me talk my thoughts on the freaking Batwoman character. Technically, I was introduced to her in Elseworld. She was there. I hate her costume. Like I don't like her either. Like she left me unimpressed in the Elseworld crossover. It did not make me want to watch her already garbage show.
And I do like the character in the comics. Like I first saw her in Batman Bad Blood.
Yeah, me and my dad didn't like her that much in Batman Bad Blood, but compared to her CW counterpart, she's better.
Like she's actually a pretty okay character in the comics.
Yeah, she's okay. And okay, what else is there for me to say that's positive about Crisis? There's the McRory appearance. I hate seeing Bebo. Why is he there?
You're talking about the positives, and now you're just going right back to the negatives.
Look, it's hard, okay?
I know.
Barry and Oliver's dynamic and friendship. And also the final tribute to Oliver Queen. You know, despite being spoiled about the events of what happened in Arrow, and despite knowing he was gonna die, like, and when he actually did die twice, I didn't felt sad. When they actually paid like tributes, like on Crisis and the final episode of Arrow, I was like, why am I crying a little bit?
But he's no Tony Stark.
It doesn't feel like Tony Stark, but I feel sad.
Yeah, Mathgate was trying to treat his death like as sad as Tony Stark's.
It's not. Oh, I forgot. The music's actually pretty good. I actually like the music.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, and also some of the cool costumes. I really like the Kingdom Come costume for Superman.
I also don't like the design they gave Spectre Oliver, which is just a bathrobe. It's just a bathrobe put over his costume.
Yeah, it's awful. Terrible costume. Okay, yeah, the best thing about this crossover is the music, the cameos, and some of the costumes, and the tribute to a character death. That's it.
This was supposed to be the CW's Infinity War. This was supposed to take one of the most iconic stories in all of the CW, but it just fell so flat on its face.
I think it's because most of the conversation is just like, we believe in you, we could do this, let's go, guys. But man, like, I feel like I knew the CW was going to take their own liberties with the storyline.
Of course, like, Infinity War did that.
But with Infinity 4, they actually made it work.
Yeah.
But here, it's just whatever. It's just cameos, decent music, and the okay of CGI. What's the point of it? Just to kill Oliver Queen? Okay, it feels like I'm beating a dead horse. Like, what is there to say? Like, what else negative thing we can say about Crisis? Is that it takes too much time, too much filler talking. And
they've been building this up since the first episode of The Flash.
It frustrates me that I can't say anything more. Yeah, you know, this is basically what sums up Crisis on Infinite Earths. Frustratingly wasted potential. Those are the 3 words I would describe Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't want to talk about Crisis anymore.